The quote was simple and unshakable. He said he was tough at 6 years old, and even at 83 he would remain tough until the Lord took him. Maureen O'Hara couldn't stand him. She disliked him more than anyone else in Hollywood. She was born Maureen Fitzsimons on August 17, 1920, in a quiet suburb of Dublin. From the moment she arrived, she carried a fierce spirit. This red-haired girl entered the world already burning with energy and will. Her Irish heritage ran deep, shaping her character from the very beginning. Her family encouraged creativity, confidence, and passion, pushing her to stand tall and be proud of who she was. Young Maureen was never the type to stay still. The stage called to her early, and she chased that calling as if it were written into her fate. She trained at the Abbey Theatre, Ireland's national theatre, where she worked with the discipline of a fighter preparing for battle. She sharpened her skills in drama, voice, and presence with intense focus. Every performance hinted at something bigger. This wasn't just talent. This was destiny forming. With striking red hair, flawless skin, and piercing green eyes, her beauty demanded attention. When Technicolor films emerged, she didn't merely stand out. She dominated the screen like living fire. Her breakthrough came in the late 1930s when Charles Laughton noticed her and couldn't look away. He saw her raw strength and natural confidence and signed her to his production company without hesitation. Soon after, she appeared in Jamaica in 1939 under the direction of Alfred Hitchcock. That film didn't just start her career, it forced the world to pay attention. That same year, she played Esmeralda in The Hunchback of Notre Dame alongside Laughton's unforgettable Quasimodo, sealing her place as a powerful new presence in Hollywood. Her transition from British cinema to Hollywood felt effortless, as if the path had already been laid out for her. Once she arrived, there was no turning back. Audiences were captivated. Her appearance drew them in, but it was her intelligence, fire, and bold personality that kept them watching. While many actresses were limited to helpless roles, O'Hara refused that mold. She brought strength, attitude, and independence to every character. She made it clear she would never portray weak women. Every role reflected courage, resilience, and heart. Her work in How Green Was My Valley in 1941, The Black Swan in 1942, and Sinbad the Sailor in 1947 showcased her range and intensity. When How Green Was My Valley won the Academy Award for Best Picture, it confirmed what many already knew. Maureen O'Hara wasn't just another actress. She was Hollywood royalty. Her collaborations with director John Ford and co-star John Wayne became legendary. Their chemistry was undeniable. Every glance, every argument, every shared moment felt authentic. Together they delivered classics like Rio Grande, The Quiet Man, and McLintock. But The Quiet Man stood above them all. As Mary-Kate Danaher, O'Hara poured her Irish pride and passion into every scene. She was fierce, commanding, and unforgettable. That performance transformed her into a legend. Every expression felt real, leaving a lasting impact that still moves audiences today. Off-screen, she was just as formidable. In an industry determined to control its stars, she refused to submit. She demanded respect, fought for fair treatment, and protected her image fiercely. Studios tried to push shallow roles on her, but she stood her ground. She built her legacy on strength and self-respect, proving she could not be intimidated. Hollywood tried to change her, but she never changed herself. She held tightly to her accent, her roots, and her pride. She once said she was the only leading lady who never had to lose her Irish accent. That wasn't arrogance. It was defiance. As years passed, she didn't disappear. She adapted. She chose her projects carefully, always on her own terms. Even while raising a family, she explored bold ventures that surprised everyone. One of the most unexpected was running an airline with her third husband, Charles Blair, a decorated World War II pilot whose fearless nature matched her own. Together they lived life at full speed. In 1978, tragedy struck when Blair died in a plane crash. The loss devastated her. Still, she refused to be broken. She transformed grief into strength and told her story honestly in an autobiography that shocked readers with its openness. Every triumph and every wound was exposed. The book proved she lived without fear. In 2014, Hollywood finally gave her the recognition she deserved. She received an honorary Oscar for her lifetime achievements. When she stepped onto that stage, graceful and radiant, the room fell silent in awe. Even decades later, the fire in her eyes remained. Her personal life reflected that same intensity. At just 19, she secretly married producer George H. Brown while filming Jamaica Inn. The relationship was passionate but short-lived, ending in annulment by 1941. Later that year, she married director William Houston Price. Though love was real at first, his alcoholism created deep struggles. From that marriage came her daughter, Bronwyn Bridget Price, born in 1944. Motherhood changed her completely. She devoted herself fully to her child, protecting her fiercely even as the marriage collapsed. In 1953, she entered a glamorous relationship with Enrique Parra, a wealthy Mexican banker and political figure. Their romance lasted nearly 15 years, filled with luxury, travel, and mutual respect. Though they never married, the bond shaped her deeply. Eventually, time and distance led them apart without bitterness. In 1968, she met the true love of her life, Charles F. Blair Jr., a war hero, pilot, and aviation pioneer. He brought her peace. Their marriage was built on partnership, not fame. With him, she stepped away from Hollywood and embraced a quieter life in the Virgin Islands. That peace ended with his death in 1978, the same year she was diagnosed with uterine cancer. She fought the illness with unmatched courage and survived. In her later years, she became even more outspoken about Hollywood's dark side. Long before it was common, she exposed abuse, manipulation, and the casting couch culture. She paid a price for her honesty, but never regretted it. She stood tall, proving integrity mattered more than fame. Her legacy became one of courage, honesty, and strength. On October 24, 2015, Maureen O'Hara passed away peacefully at the age of 95. She was laid to rest at Arlington National Cemetery beside her husband. Her story remains a symbol of dignity and fearless independence. She lived boldly, loved deeply, and never backed down. Her flame may have gone out, but her legacy still burns bright.